Happy Peer Support Day to everyone who works in substance abuse, to detox, to mental health, and other trauma related areas. We thank you, us in the medical field, and those of us that are not in the medical field, we thank you as well, clients and patients, because you help the transition. You help us to transition more smoothly. I mainly work in detox and substance abuse. And in the facilities that I have worked in, I'm very familiar with peers. Peers are those that help us to help the client or patient, whichever you prefer to call the people that we are assisting. Usually the peer is one who has lived with the experience. They have went through the vicious cycle of addiction, be it food, drugs, alcohol. Sorry for the background goings on. The animals are having a field day, but we're going to keep it pushing. Anyway, they're the ones that aid in the transition. They have the lived experience. So we truly appreciate them, and we thank God for them. Also, I thought, being it's my off day, I'm getting tongue tied. See, I'm so damn excited, I can't even formulate my words right. Anyway, being that I'm off and I have a little bit of time, I wanted to talk about something right quick. Something that's very important. I don't know if you guys are watching this show, Dopesick. That's the dog clickety clacking on the wood floors. He needs his nails clipped, aka talons snipped. But we haven't taken him to the vet to have it done. Me and my wife, we still trying to make a compromise because he ain't riding in my car. You guys know I have a Mercedes and this dog ain't riding in my car, period. He can ride her car. Not from just playing. If he rides in my car, I'm gonna have to put a sheet down or something. But when we have time, we need to go ahead and take him to get his nails clipped, because that noise is aggravating. But we work so much, and when I have my off day, I truly like to savor it. But I have a clipper here. When I have the time and the patience, I will clip them myself. He's a good doggy though. He won't bite me. So actually, I may do that since I have 4 days off. Okay, as I was saying, I don't know if you guys have been watching this show called Dopesick on Hulu. It is very good. I think 4 episodes aired, which kind of pissed me off because the way that I saw it, I'm thinking that they had the whole season up there and I could just binge watch the whole thing, not wait each week for each episode to come up, which sucks. So anyway, I saw the last episode yesterday. I'm not going to say anything because I don't want to ruin it for any of you that have not seen it. But the focus is on pain medication, narcotics. This one in particular, OxyContin. OxyContin is a medication that I do give patients that are in pain or have see, I'm so damn happy. I give to patients who have breakthrough pain, okay? But OxyContin is not what I want to talk about, even though it is a narcotic and it is an opioid. What I want to talk about is this damn fentanyl. Okay, fentanyl is the craze, the rave, whatever you want to call it, but it's taking over. And that was a big problem that I was going to say we had, but it's ongoing because me working in the detox arena, I had a lot of clients that were 20 and under who were hooked on fentanyl. I need to take a breath. Woosah. Relax, relate, and release. Anyhow, one of the peers, I was talking to him and I said, damn, all this fentanyl and methamphetamine. Again, sorry for the dog barking. That's my little dog making a ruckus and not gonna do a damn thing. It's so much easier making the video behind the damn Benz than at home because the animals make a ruckus. Anyway, as I was saying, I was speaking to one of my peers and we were talking about fentanyl, and then we started talking about meth. And he's white. Well, he was white when I worked at this particular place. And, you know, we were talking about how bad this meth is. Meth is also known as speed. And I said, damn, this is the white folk crack. And he started busting up laughing. He said, I'm going to take that. I said, I'm serious. You know, just like the crack epidemic in the 80s, that's how this damn meth is. And, you know, I didn't realize that it was this bad. But the damn fentanyl. Have you ever heard of a person smoking a pill? I have never heard of a person smoking a pill, just like snorting the pill. When you watch Dopesick, that's something that you'll see they'll do. They'll snort the pills. But I'm like, damn, that's bad. That's bad. And I'm not making light of the situation, but damn, that's bad when you got to crunch a pill and you got to sniff it. Who does that? I remember the first time my sister, because she's a detox nurse as well. And she'd be like, oh, you know, these people, they be snorting pills. I'm like, what the hell? And we'd be like, where do they do that at? Who snorts a damn pill? What if you miss and get a chunk? You know, but that's something that they do. But no, it blew me away when I found out that they will smoke the pill. Now, when I was doing the patient's assessment, they had to break this shit down for me. I said, so how would you do this? I want to know, tell me, how do you smoke a damn pill? I want to know how you do that. And how do you make, they would make a pipe out of tinfoil. I said, damn, they creative. Okay, so they would take the time to make a pipe out of tinfoil. And then they would crush the pill. I said, it's kind of a form of chemistry, the way that they do it, to smoke the pill. And I believe like water had to be in there some kind of way. I forgot exactly how he told me, but it just blew me away. And especially how to make a pipe out of tinfoil. What? You can make a pipe out of tinfoil? These people, I'm telling you, they get really creative with their drugs. When they want that high, they're going to get that damn high. I remember they told me how to make a pipe out of a syringe. If you don't know what a syringe is a needle. They're really acting up now, especially this little dog. You know, the littlest dogs have the biggest bark. Okay, so they would get the syringe, right? And they would unscrew the part where the needle is, because you can take that part off. They'll unscrew that, and then they would make like a cigarette / pipe / plastic straw with it. I said, wow. When people want what they want, they make a way to get it. And me just watching this Dopesick movie, miniseries on Hulu, just got me thinking about this damn opioid epidemic and how it's such a big issue. And I thought about, because I was talking to my wife last night, and I was like, you know, just like the medication tramadol. Tramadol was a narcotic. Then they said it was not a narcotic. Now it's back a narcotic again. And I didn't understand, why did they say that it wasn't a narcotic? Because I'm like, it acts just as a narcotic does. It's an opioid, but it's like a milder one. It's not like fentanyl or OxyContin or Norco or anything like that. Me personally, I cannot take those medications. I get very, very sick. Even though when my doctor prescribed me tramadol, That one pill, I got to cut that damn pill in 4 pieces because I get sick as a dog. I cannot take it. But I would take it like when my pain was severe because I have rheumatoid arthritis. So when my pain gets severe and I have a flare up, a rheumatoid flare up, I would take it because it's so bad. So I would do that. But now I just try to make do with ibuprofen, 800 milligrams. I may get 800 and put a 400 with that if the pain is really, really bad. But yeah, those opioids are no joke. It's really, really sad to see people so young hooked. They're really, really hooked on this medication, and to need it so bad physically, because you're more than mentally addicted to the drug. Okay, you're physically addicted to it. So your body will start withdrawing and you'll get sick. And one of the symptoms is diarrhea, nausea, vomiting, the eyes start tearing, nose starts running. So I'm with the patient while they're detoxing. So I'm trying to make sure that they don't have a seizure. And if they do have a seizure, I got to be there with them. Okay. So detox, that's not too bad. That's cool. That's why I stick with that so long. I pretty much enjoy detoxing and mental health, that type of nursing, but you do have to have a break because it weighs on your mind and you get a little bit pissed off sometimes, especially when you get the privileged coming at you all the time who are just, they're not in it to actually get the help that's needed. They're in it because they want to get access to the trust fund. Mommy or daddy says, hey, you have to do this. Go to rehab, so you can get whatever amount of millions. So you got to go to rehab. Stuff like that. Repetitiously, it kind of pisses you off. It pisses you off too when you get people in there bragging about the drugs or glorifying it, and it pisses you off because you're like, there's people in here that actually want to get help. Their life has went down the drain and it's basically shit right now, and you're over here glorifying it and bigging it up. That's not cool. So you have people like that. So sometimes you do need that mental break from it. But yeah, detox, that was pretty cool. But it blew me away when I heard about smoking pills. I said, what you say? They could smoke a damn pill. Now I know about crunching them up. Now, if you want your medication to work a little faster, you chew it up and take it with water, even though some medications you're not supposed to chew because sometimes they break down in the stomach. So you have to swallow the pill whole and it'll break down in the stomach. So, there's medication can be tricky. There's rules and there's ways to this shit. There's stages to this shit. So it's very, very interesting. But if you have not saw it's not a documentary, but it's a mini series on Hulu, Dopesick, watch it. With Big Pharma, how they try to lie and say that OxyContin was not addictive, and to see how bad these people are becoming addicted to it. You know what? Go watch The Pharmacist. I don't know if it's still on Netflix. It was a documentary. Excellent. And again, that was about OxyContin, about how addictive it was and how it was this doctor, and she had to be a sister. She was writing prescriptions at like 3 o'clock in the morning. She had a line wrapped around her building. She would write like the Trinity. She would do OxyContin, Soma. I believe it was Soma. Soma is also a pain medication. And she would do Ativan. Okay. Soma, OxyContin, and Ativan. I believe it was those three. Deadly combination. So I said, okay, she was trying to get her license taken. She didn't care that she went to medical school all those years and she just threw her shit down the drain. But watch it. Excellent, excellent documentary. But this fentanyl is a damn trip. And then what I found out too, that a lot of people would think they're getting a medication. They would think that they're getting Ativan because you can buy this off the street, just like you buy cocaine and heroin. A lot of these drugs you can buy off the street. So they would buy Ativan, thinking they're getting Ativan or Xanax. Okay, so the young people are really into this damn Xanax now. So they'll be buying the Xanax bars, like 2 milligrams. They think they're getting Xanax, when in actuality they're not. These people have gotten so advanced that they have a press. So it'll put a different coating on top of the pill to make it look like it's something that you want, when in actuality it's not. I found out too that they're lacing a lot of the marijuana with fentanyl. So that's why if you are a person that uses the trees medicinally, go to the dispensary if it's legal in your state. See, I'm in California, so it's legal here. And no, I don't partake. I drink lavender tea. That's the herb that I drink. But yeah, this fentanyl is no joke, and it's killed a lot of people. I know my tax lady, when I went to go get my taxes done a year ago, I'm sorry, that's my little dog barking. Every time he hears somebody walk down the hallway, he hears a car go by, he has to bark. But yet, if it's another dog across the parking lot barking, he's gonna run in the house like a punk. So that's what he does. But yeah, back to what I was saying. This fentanyl, it really is serious. Yeah, my tax lady who does my taxes, she was crying as she was doing my taxes last year because her grandson, 17 years old, died of fentanyl. Did it one time and it killed him. And it was so funny because I was talking to a patient, and then I was like doing patient teaching, explaining to them what fentanyl does, and they had no clue. I said, fentanyl, what it does is it depresses everything. And I said, when I say depress, it slows. So it's slowing your heart rate. It's slowing your respirations, your breathing. It's slowing everything. That's why you get very sleepy. And I said you get like relaxed because it's slowing everything. But a lot of times it'll slow it so much to where it stops. It'll slow your breathing so much till it stops, depending upon how strong the fentanyl is, because you don't know. They lying to you on the street because they want your money. And I said, is it really worth it to play with your life like that? It's not cool, and it's not worth it. Substance abuse is so real, and it is a disease. And that tripped me out too. Once I learned about that, I said, wow. And I'm really not trying to make it a race thing, but back in the 80s when the crack epidemic was heavy and taking the lives of hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of black people, black women and black men and children, putting black children in the foster care system, destroying families. What were they doing? They weren't putting people in rehab facilities. No, they were locking people up, putting them in jail. But now that we have this opioid epidemic, it's a disease. It's a disease. And what they do now is they go ahead and try to give you the help that you need by putting you in rehab. You get busted. No, they're not going to take you to jail, depending on what skin color you have. And I truly believe this. What skin color you have, they're going to put you in rehab, or when you get your court date, that's one of the options if you have a good lawyer to get you to go to rehab. And I said, you know what? It's just funny. It's just funny to me. And you get pissed off when you really sit and think about it and you deal with it all the time and you see it, how it works, how the system works, how things are so flawed, and how the rules apply differently depending upon your skin color. That's why I have so much disdain for crack and for cocaine and heroin, all of the shit. I I have no love for it, but especially crack, because during that time in the 80s, black people were doing so well. Through the 80s and 90s, there was an influx of people going to universities and getting education. And we talk about black excellence now. Black excellence was on and popping for real then. People were going to school, getting their education, getting their doctorates, coming out with bachelor's degrees, master's degrees. They were really doing the work. And then this drug was placed into the communities that were disadvantaged and that were poor. And it sucked the life out of people. It sucked the soul out of people. You know, children strung out at 13 and 12, and mamas selling their babies for crack. Dope dealers having women have sex with animals for crack. Men performing fellatio for crack. It was a very sad, and it's so heartbreaking and heart-wrenching for me, because I feel like that was a blow to the black community when we were doing so well and were progressing. It was such a blow. And, you know, we're still having such difficulty to recover now. And then we have this opioid epidemic that came along, and it's a thorn. It's a thorn in the side of America, because it's all over America. This damn fentanyl, heroin, fentanyl. That's the problem, trying to kick fentanyl. I had a girl who was on fentanyl, and she was in rehab one time. And, you know, she said she's never going to touch it again. But, you know, I can only hope for the best, because they all say that they're never going to do it again. But she was just saying that she's never going to do it again, because she said she's never experienced anything like that in her life, the withdrawal, the pain. She looked like death walking. It was sad. But, yeah, I just wanted to talk about this briefly while I was watching Dopesick. And it was on my mind. I said, let me go ahead and talk about it for a minute, because seeing parts of that movie, I felt bad, even though it is just a miniseries. But there's a lot of truth in it with Big Pharma and the pharmaceutical companies. I believe that they make addicts. They make addicts, and then they try to cure them, which is so crazy. But the dogs are causing a ruckus right now. I just wanted to talk about that briefly. And I'll come back to you guys at another time. You guys have a very beautiful evening. Again, happy Peer Support Day. And I'll be talking to you soon. Feel free to subscribe and share what I'm talking about, because people need to know what's really going on in nursing.